If you use MPCs, you already know this isn't just another piece of gear. The Akai MPC 60 is the foundation of the workflow many of us still use today. Before touchscreens, before color waveforms, before unlimited tracks in a DAW, there was a gray box with 16 pads that changed everything. Released in 1988 by Akai and designed by Roger Lin, the MPC 60 wasn't just a sampler. It was the birth of the modern pad-based production workflow. What makes the MPC 60 different, especially if you're already using an MPC today, is the feel. The timing engine in the 60 has a groove that producers still debate about. The swing percentage doesn't just shift notes mechanically, it breathes. When you quantize at 54 or 57% swing, the drums lean in a way that feels human without falling apart. That groove became the blueprint for later models like the Akai MPC 3000, and eventually every modern MPC that followed. If you use an MPC 1, Live, X, or even software, you're inheriting DNA that started here. Then there's the sound. The MPC 60 samples at 12-bit with a 40 kHz sample rate. On paper that sounds limited, but in practice it adds thickness. Transients hit with a subtle crunch. Kicks feel rounder. Snares have a gritty edge without needing extra plugins. When you pitch samples down, you get that grainy texture that defined late 80s and early 90s hip-hop. Producers like DJ Premier and Pete Rock built entire sonic identities around that character. It wasn't about hi-fi clarity, it was about impact and vibe. For MPC users, the workflow is where the 60 really earns its respect. You're working with limited memory, originally just 750 kilobytes, expandable to about 1.5 megabytes. That means every sample choice matters. You trim aggressively. You don't keep unnecessary tails. You think in terms of efficiency. Programs are simple and direct. No endless plugin chains. No scrolling through thousands of sounds. You load your drums, assign them to pads, set your levels, maybe tune a kick, and start tapping. That constraint forces decisions, and those decisions shape the music. The sequencer is another reason MPC users revere this machine. Even today, many producers say the timing of the 60 feels slightly different from later models. Whether that's psychology or circuitry, the perception is real. When you record live without quantize and nudge notes manually, you feel connected to the grid in a tactile way. You're not staring at a piano roll. You're listening and adjusting by ear. That approach trains your sense of rhythm differently than mouse-based production ever could. Storage was done on floppy disks, which sounds inconvenient now, but it also meant commitment. You weren't saving 50 versions of a beat. You made a sequence, maybe a few variations, and you moved on. That limitation kept creativity flowing. Many MPC users today actually try to recreate that mindset by limiting tracks or imposing self-restrictions inside modern hardware. Another important detail for current MPC heads is how the pads respond. The MPC 60 pads are firm compared to modern models, and they require intention. That physical resistance influences how you play. Your finger dynamics become more deliberate. Velocity isn't just a number on a screen, it's something you physically feel. That tactile feedback is a big reason many producers describe older MPCs as more instrument-like compared to software environments. And even though technology has evolved, the core structure of sequences, programs, tracks, and patterns that you use today traces directly back to the 60s. When you build a drum program on a new MPC, you're following a design philosophy created in the late 80s. The idea that a producer could chop samples, assign them to pads, sequence drums, control MIDI gear, and build a full track from one central unit was revolutionary at the time. Now it's standard. For MPC users, studying the MPC 60 isn't about nostalgia. It's about understanding the origin of your workflow. The limitations shaped the sound. The timing shaped the groove. The pads shaped the performance. Every modern MPC stands on the shoulders of this machine. So whether you're rocking an MPC Live 1X or working inside MPC software, remember that the bounce in your drums and the layout of your program started with the MPC 60. And sometimes the best way to level up your production isn't adding more features, but embracing the mindset that made this machine legendary in the first place.